little update. Been busy painting, trying to get that done with this horrible weather. It's not been fun, but we're getting there slowly. So yeah, basically I just thought I'd go through some of the things that I do to, throughout the painting process to try and make it as easy as possible. A few things, little things, like the hard lines up the boom. There's some overspill on the solder. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, just some overspill on the solder on the flat surfaces. Now, although they're only slight, it's still going to cause a problem for when the fittings obviously try and sit flush on it. So give them the best chance possible. I just get a knife and scrape off any surface, any solder that's on the flat surface that shouldn't be there, to make sure that when you do seal the fittings with the graphite washers, they seal as good as they can be. Again, I put a hose on each one, blow through them, make sure they're all completely clear with no obstructions. And then obviously I haven't cleaned this yet, ready for paint, but once I have cleaned it all, or before then, I get some polyurethane hose off eBay, just 4x2.5, just cheap stuff. Get a roll of it, and then cut off some lengths, and then just loop each one. So then that's sealed. No paint will get on there or in the things. And then at the other end, with these it's quite tricky because obviously the fittings they give you are just these ones, which obviously just screw in. Now you've got two ways of doing this. You can either screw them in and then do the same thing and paint it, or what I've chosen to do, I cut out some little 5mm vinyl circles, and basically I'm just going to stick them over the holes, dead centre of the hole, and that's the same size as the fibre washer. So once it's all painted, I'll peel them off and I've got a nice flat surface that I can fit the fittings onto. And then if I do need to change the fittings at a later date for whatever reason, I'm not going to ruin all the paintwork trying to do that because it's not painted underneath it. So yeah, there's that. And then same on the cylinders. These have got the little fittings on, so I'll take them fittings off and put the dots on there as well. With these end pieces, I'm guessing they don't want you to paint them, seeing as they've not been blasted, but when you're painting the cylinders a dark colour, it's going to look quite unscale. So again, I've just cut out some like circles the same size as the cutout as the cylinder rod, and then I'll just put a slit in them, wrap it around it, and sit it down. And then these strips I'll wrap round the shaft and make sure that it's nice and tight and no paint can get down into the seals. Again, if this would have been the same as these, I would have just looped that with a piece of hose, and then it also gives you a point to hang it from as well. Other than that, there's not really much else. All the make sure obviously you blow out these hoses, tubes as well. I'll be taking apart all of the pre-assembled stuff in this kit. I'll be taking apart to make sure that everything's got the relevant thread lock on it if it needs it. Like in the slew motor and the gearbox on the Komatsu was all pre-assembled, and then yeah, it didn't take long before it needed taking apart and assembling again with the decent thread lock. Once I'd done that, I didn't have any more problems with it. So same with all the fittings on all the hoses, everything. I'll take the whole lot apart and check that it's all clear, because obviously there's nothing worse than getting it all done and then there's a problem somewhere and you've got to rip it all apart anyway to try and find it. So if you know everything's clear to start off with, you know you haven't got a problem. What else was there? I think that's about it for this one. It's yeah, hopefully I should have everything painted by next week, and then I can start building, which I'm looking forward to very much. So thanks for that, and we'll see you soon.